Okay, we're live. Apologies for the lateness, having some technical issues and stuff like that, but we're here nonetheless. I'm joined by my boy, my brother, Joe Black, man. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Starting to feel like a co-host, man. You see, man. I got a regular slot on here now.
I mean, look, man, the people are loving you, man. They're loving the outspokenness, man. So what can we say, man? The fact that you're coming back, man. You know, they love you, obviously. So it's a good thing, right?
Oh man, you just got you just got to call it how you see it.
Exactly. It's cool how you see it, man. Look, we've already had one comment come in. I don't know if you can castinate your time back to this, but Sing FC said, remember when I picked up Joe Black in my taxi after he'd done his open mic concert in Ipswich? Decent lads. He was shocked I didn't ask for money up front like London drivers do. So, I don't know if you remember that open mic in Ipswich. Back to your rapping days.
Man. I don't know. I can't remember, man. But if you said it happened, it probably did.
There you go, man. I mean, look, that's love right there, man. Shout out to Sing FC and Ipswich. I see you doing your thing. Five-a-side, seven-a-side team, or small-sided team, should I say? So yeah, shout out to you guys, and yeah, that's a fair point as it goes. London drivers always ask some money up front, whereas other places they're more trusting. So yeah, shout out to you anyway, man. But yeah, how's today been going, man? What have you been up to?
Just doing a bit of work, you know, catching up, watching a bit of football. Usual, man. It's just usual lockdown stuff, man. Huh?
Not too excited by it, bro.
Nah, you know where I'd rather be. You know, we'd rather be outside, and yeah, man. I'm not excited. I don't want to be inside, even though it's cold. But yeah, man. My weekends are normally on the grass or Astro. So yeah, man. 2 weeks left, or under 2 weeks left. Just counting down the days.
I know. Like, another weekend gone by, not long to go now. So yeah, I hope everyone watching this is making plans to get back into things, because there's a lot of stuff going forward like this. I'm seeing double headers being organised as well. Barnet Sunday League, they're organising their double headers as well. This week's been a busy one for me. I've had like Takers FC on, or members from them. I've had obviously Stars, your team, come on as well, talking a lot of stuff as well. I mean,
yeah. Do you know what? It's for me, like, it's obviously I think there's an element of banter in there, but some players like to thrive under pressure, and obviously a lot of the comments made put a lot of pressure. We've got a lot of pressure on us now, and yeah, we just got to deliver on the day now, innit? The pressure cooker's been lit now, so we got now we just got to back what the boys were saying yesterday.
I mean, that's what I was saying to Money earlier on. Like, I won't tell the whole conversation, but basically, like, are you sure you want to say this? And I was like, yeah, man, you got your team's full of ballers. You played them before, but obviously Takers, we both know Takers very well. They're no slouches at all. So
yeah, but you know, and I'm sure Apple and the Takers would agree that self-belief is a big part of being successful, isn't it? So obviously it's a two-sided coin. Like, you do put pressure on yourself, but if you believe in yourself and you believe in your source, then why not broadcast it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm just saying, for me personally, I would rather let my feet do the talking. But yeah, man, everyone's got their own style, innit? Each of their own, man. We're all gonna be on the pitch at the end of the day. So yeah, man, we just got to
You're gonna be on the pitch for Stars FC, so you're gonna be potentially playing 2 games. Like, is that right, or what do you reckon?
I believe so. I think it's like, I think they cut down the halves, and they do like 30-minute halves, and the games are back to back. They give you a little break in between the games. But obviously it's not ideal, but because of COVID, like, this is I'll rather this than games getting cancelled and leagues getting shortened and leagues not getting completed. So yeah, man, it's not ideal, but it's a level playing field. Both teams have got to do it. Yeah, man, may the best team win.
May the best team win indeed. And obviously Omar and Aaron were saying the other day that it's gonna be a clean sweep, 6 points. Like to take all 6 points, not leave none on the table. That's confidence right there. So
yeah, it's confidence that, and I'm sure the takers, they're gonna think the same. They're gonna think they're looking to take 6 points, and I wouldn't, even though I disagree with them if they did, I wouldn't want them to think anything else. Because obviously we wanna get on the pitch, no excuses, and like I said, may the best team win. There's two goals at it. You get 2 chances. So me personally, I'll be happy with 4 points. I'll be happy with 4 points out of the 6.
Okay.
Like I know a bit more about the takers than maybe Owen Aaron. So personally, I'll be happy with 4 out of the 6. But 6 points is definitely not. It's not. What's the word? It's not crazy to say that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Especially from them two. They're 2 of our better players. So if they're gonna say it, we just gotta back them up and just deliver.
Okay, fair enough. So right, let's get to the subject at hand. We wanted to discuss top 5 gaffers in the game. So we're talking about grassroots, so we're not talking about, Guardiola's, Klopps and all the rest of it. We're talking about grassroots managers. So I'm not going to throw out any just yet, but just so people are clear on this, we're talking about grassroots gaffers, not Klopps.
And let's have a disclaimer. We're talking about YouTube managers.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of grassroots managers that I respect highly that would definitely be on a list if we was to open it up and say grassroots. But I think everyone on my list, either people would know or they could go and see in action on YouTube and and then make judgment if they agree or disagree. You get what I'm saying?
There we go. So made it crystal clear there. So anyone watching it back, that's what we're discussing right now. So let's start with the first one. Again, plethora of teams, loads of teams. But again, as you're the host, or you're the co-host, should I say, and the guest, I'll let you go first. Who are you picking as your first, as your top 5, and why as well?
Do you know what? Before we do the top 5, obviously there's a few honourable mentions. Like that.
Everyone loves to do their honourable mentions, bro.
The people that didn't make the list, and people that are holding high regard in their coaching game. Justin, Gaffer, being one. I definitely think he's a manager that I hold in high regard. But in the YouTube sense, I think it was more of a. With that, I'm not being disrespectful, but I think it was more of a pantomime thing when he was at Beatties. It was more like the bad guy. I know when he coaches he manages Barking, and I think that's where you would see the real gaffer and the real. That's when you see his real managerial qualities. So that's why he didn't make my list. And then JR from SE Dons, because I think. With SE Dons, I think it's a collective effort. I don't think it's just JR can take credit for managing the team, if that makes sense. I may be wrong. I'm just saying from my perspective, I think it's more of a group effort. So they're the 2 main ones that I think people might think, oh, how come they're not in the top 5? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So big up all the other gaffers as well, man. Come on, man. I know it's not easy being a manager, and man, everyone deserves credit for giving up their time. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay. So you've done the honourable mentions now. Shout out to Justin.
Let's go now. Let's get into it.
Let's get into the juicy bit as well, man. Shout out to everyone else doing their thing, but we're just kind of falling in on this top 5. So top 5, grassroots.
Starting from 5, yeah. Starting from 5.
Yeah, whichever order you want to do it, bro.
I'm gonna start from 5. Yeah. So the person who's number 5 on my list, I'd say, is Mr. Fantastic Axe. He's the Stars FC manager. This may change. He might go higher up on my list, but I think he's kind of new. I'm kind of new to what he's doing. I know he's done some stuff in the past. He was part of the Pro Green team in Stars League, and but from what I've seen so far, I've been impressed enough to put him in my top five. Like, I think he's got a clear idea of how he wants the team to play. I think the way he puts his instructions across, and the way he, the way he communicates with us, he gives the players the floor as well. He lets the players have a say. And yeah, man, I'm rating him, man. I think he's as you can see, the players that we're getting, like, I think he's a manager that players want to play for. So yeah, man, I think he deserves big ratings, man. Stars FC manager.
What's he like in terms of, like, he's dealing with stars all the time, right? Hence the name. So how is he dealing with these people that are kind of got millions of views and subscribers aplenty and followers? Like, how does he deal with them? What's his sort of management style with them? As you said, does he leave them to it, or is he?
I don't think he looks at all that. I don't think he looks at all of that. I think the biggest issue he's got now is basically just trying to find the right balance, trying to find the best 11, basically. Trying to fight, like, we've got a big squad, so and a lot of people who he might not seen play before. So it's just, I think this is a season where he's probably gonna figure it out, maybe some way through this season, or maybe it might take this season to, like, figure out exactly where we've got our strongest 11 and the strongest formation, how we want to play. So I don't think he looks at people and thinks, oh yeah, I think your footballing ability counts more than your Instagram following. I think that's the only thing that you're judged by when you turn up with us here.
Okay. So Mr. Fantastic makes it in at number 5. He, of course, manages Stars FC. So, okay, going to number 4. Who makes it number
4? Yeah, number 4 on my list is DT.
Okay, Mr. DT.
And the reason why I put DT on my list, I think the success of his team, it speaks for itself, innit? Like, I think they've what they've done in a short amount of time, and however he's done it, he's managed to put a team together that are doing good things. He knows how to rattle opposition. He knows how to rattle the opposition. And I think he's another one that players would give 100% for playing for him. We played against DT, and yeah, I think they was willing to run. I don't know, like, for the badge or for himself. These teams was willing to run through brick walls. So yeah, man, I just got to rate him, innit? Give him ratings, man.
Yeah, as you said, like, you played against them, Madness, when Madness played them as well.
Yeah.
What was you kind of hearing on the sidelines? Was it constructive? Because obviously you're a coach yourself. Was it constructive stuff, or was it just your normal, like, ranty stuff that you hear from anyone?
I didn't really hear it when I was playing. I don't really I think I was kind of in the zone in the game, but, like, just looking back, I think he just motivated them, kept them going. Because there was a long period of that game, if you watch it on YouTube, where, like, we had like 70% possession. We dominated the game, but I believe they had a game plan. They stuck to the game plan, and they ended up winning 3-0. So yeah, man, respect to them. Respect where it's due, man. I think, yeah. And looking back at the game, I think, yeah, the main thing he done was motivate them, keep them going, keep them in the game, kept their players' heads up.
Got a question here as well from Madness FC. Can you say yourself?
In the top 5 gaffers?
Yeah.
I can't say myself, but my next one is basically my partner. So number 3 would be Abs. He hasn't, obviously, it's a new thing that we've been doing, managing together. But I think he's another one like Mr. Fantastic. His knowledge of football, and the way he puts it across to the players. I think, yeah, man, it's good. I told you, like I said last time, we got a young squad, a young team, and I think he puts it in a language where it's relatable to them. They can relate. He's been there and done it to a certain degree. Still doing it now. And yeah, man, he's another manager I rate. Another young manager I rate.
Where else is he apart from Madness FC? Of course, like I know he obviously plays, but where else does he manage? Have you seen him elsewhere, or is it just what you see on a Sunday at the replay?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does some youth coaching. I think he coaches youth. I don't wanna get it wrong. I don't know exactly where or what it is, but I know he does some coaching with youth. And again, like you ask about him in the circuit, he's highly respected. So yeah, man.
Okay.
Maybe you need to get him on, man. Get him on and let him do a little.
I mean,
interesting story, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on. Obviously, like he's a fan favorite as well. I see some of the goals that he scored and obviously the celebrations and stuff like that. But listen, Abs knows where I am. I've tried to get him on. You know, he's too high profile for me. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
Just these little people.
I don't think he got enough in the budget.
Exactly. When my budget gets a bit higher and stuff like that, then maybe he might come on for me. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Abs as well. Shout out to Madness FC. Shout out to Louis as well, listening in as well, man. Okay, right. This is where it gets even more interesting. In so, top two. How is it going to go? We're obviously going to go from 2 to 1, but there's some names that are still available out there that you could say. I'm not going to reveal them, but for anyone who's just tuning in now, obviously we've had number 5 was Mr. Fantastic from Stars FC. Number 4 was DT from obviously DTFC. Number 3 was Abs from Madness FC. And we already given honourable shout outs to Justin as well and JR from SE Dons as well. So 2 more positions left. Who's in at number 2?
Yeah, so the next 2, I think like it's close. It could be either or. It could be oh shit. Yeah, it could be either or. But I put Apple second.
Mm-hmm. Talking Apple Westcott from Takers FC, right?
Apple from Takers FC. I think what like you can see like they've said it themselves. I think when Takers was on, Ricochet was saying it himself, like the influence he's had on the team since he's come on board, and even before coming on board, like from a like mentorship point of view, him and Shay had a good relationship, and I think Takers are, like, all jokes aside, I think they're one of the best Sunday League teams out there that I've seen. Like, I think they're very like they're definitely ones to watch in terms of quality and team spirit and like the atmosphere when you go there, the experience is dope. And I think Apple definitely adds to that. On top of that, I've known Apple from before the youth coaching circuit. Like we've both came up from the youth coaching circuit, and I think, yeah, man, you can see from when he talks, like the passion he has for the game. Another good man motivator, clear philosophy. Obviously, sometimes you might come across a bit blunt, a bit like doesn't beat around the bush, get straight to the point.
That's what's to his detriment, right? Like him coming across blunt and saying it how it is. That's what people want to hear sometimes. I feel that's what's missing sometimes in football as a whole or in life.
Yeah. But it's like Marmite, isn't it? Some people respond well to it, some people don't respond well to it. But I think if you do like ever get to play under him or for him, and you're there for the long haul, you'll see everything he does comes from a good place, and he's always got good intentions. And the reason why he could have been 1 or 2, but the reason why I put him 2 and not 1 is just because the person who I put number 1 has been doing this for a longer period of time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, big up Apple, man, every time, man. And big up Apple, apart from the double header when we played him. Yeah, man, big him up every time.
Oh man, but I've just got to add my 2 cents in. Like I've known Takers for like at least over a year now, and I've seen them before Apple got involved. Still a good team, still winning games and stuff like that. I've seen them in a tournament. I've seen them play against. Funny enough, the first game I've seen them play against was DT's team when it was
Was you
originally
there when
started.
they played us last year?
No,
And Big T ref the game. Big T ref half the game.
no, I didn't see that. I didn't
Yeah,
see
no.
that.
Oh yeah.
But what I was going to say is the comparison is just they up the levels now. Like I always say to Apple and I say to Rondo as well, the master stroke is moving Rondo back into like that central midfield area because now he can dictate the play. He can still score like worldy goals and all the rest of it. I mean, Apple's brought down some talented players. If you've seen M play up front, madness. Like some of the players have also been improved as well, like Montel on the left-hand side as well. So yeah, he definitely deserves to be in the top 5 for sure. Moving swiftly on then. So who can be your number 1 or who is your number 1? I mean, I think there's only one name left really that I've noted, but obviously the floor is yours.
Yeah, like obviously there's only I don't think there's anyone else that people would think it would be. So yeah, my number 1 is Gaffer Maz from Rising Ballers. What could I what is there to say? Like obviously it's self-evident. Like Rising Ballers are another team like Takers. They were doing bits before Maz came on board. I think Alfie and Keys were like I used to watch them before Maz got on. I remember watching them and watching Maz's first game. And then he went on that crazy run, unbeaten run. And it's just the theme for my top 5 is just the same, similar like their philosophy. They got a clear philosophy. You can see the way Rising Ballers try and play. They've got a playing style. He doesn't compromise. And they're doing bits in the because you see like same thing with Takers and Apple, and even ourselves. The Barnet Sunday League, that's not a joke league, especially the Premier Division. Going down, it might the quality might be a bit mix and match, but when you go to the Premier Division, there are no easy games. Believe you me. So if you're seeing a team like Rising Ballers win against any team in that division, and you're seeing a scoreline of like 5 or 6-0. That shows you the quality that Rising Ballers have. That shows you because teams like Highgate Albion, they're no joke. Park Royal, they're no joke. They're not. They might not have a internet presence and a social media presence, but they are proper Sunday league teams, not pub teams, like proper Sunday league teams. So for Rising Ballers to come, I think they would have won the league last year if it was completed. And again, they got a young team. They got a young team. Like young, some of them are talented but inexperienced. I think with Maz on the sideline, that's the bit of experience that gives them that extra edge. So yeah, man, big him up every time.
Okay, big up Maz as well, man. So just to go over them again so you can see them on screen right there. So number 5 is Mr. Fantastic from Stars FC. You've got number 4, DT from obviously DTFC. You've got Abs, who's obviously your head coach at Madness FC. You've got Apple at Takers. And then at number 1, Mr. Gaffer Maz from Rising Ballers. So is there anyone that you would kind of change or any positions you would change around, or are you happy with that?
I just think there's definitely scope for Mr. Fantastic to move up 100%. DT, I think a lot of what DTFC are doing is away from YouTube football, so I think maybe he might be doing better. Abs.
Oh, he's disappeared. So we were just talking about Grassroots Gaffers. So again, this is the opinions of Joe Black. So again, Mr. Fantastic was from at number 5 from Stars FC. Number 4, DTFC, so obviously from DT from DTFC, sorry. Number 3 is Abs. Number 2 is Apple. Obviously we had him on earlier on. And then number 1 is the Gaffer Maz. We'll try and get Joe Black back. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content that's been going on throughout the week. Even tonight, we had Underdogs FC, who were in the Barnet 5th Division, Barnet Sunday League 5th Division. And yeah, it's just been interesting. We've got some more guests coming up tomorrow. In fact, we've got a really good guest coming up tomorrow. I will not reveal who it is as of yet, but believe me, you want to tune in for that one. Try and put it in and around the football so it doesn't conflict with too much live football going on. But in the meantime, please stay tuned and hopefully we'll get Joe Black back. If not, then you'll see the rest of this on Instagram later on this evening or tomorrow afternoon. So, can't believe you forgot me, laugh out loud. Louis, it's down to him, and the day is not my choice, it's Joe Black's choice. He's the one who's in charge. So again, he makes the choices and I just leave it down to him. But I'm sure if he could, if it was a top 10, you might have got into there, but unfortunately not. It's a top 5. It is what it is. But God knows where Mr. Black's gone. I don't know if his internet's playing up or anything like that. We was discussing the top 5 grassroots gaffers. Honourable shout outs he did give to Justin, who was at Beatties before, now at Mile End Beatties. And we also do have JR, obviously from SE Dons. He gave an honourable shout out to. Mr. Black, if you're struggling to get back into the stream, I'm going to call it a day there because we've got your top 5. Apologies for that. Things happen like this. It's the internet. And I'll see you guys all soon. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Again, got 2 really good guests lined up. A load of good guests lined up next week as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. What's the story behind Beatties and Mile End? Oh, okay. Kev's coming. Shout out to you, Kev, from Coach's Share. The story is, I mean, look, I don't want to say the ins and outs of it. You've seen both sides of the story on the YouTube page. Earlier on this week, I had Jamie and Justin come on. And then the following day, I had Fia Ola come on from Beatties. Without getting too much into it, you know, things obviously didn't end too well, but obviously Beatties are still there. Mile and Beatties are there. They're still both in the cup as well. So again, potentially they could play each other, but it's very interesting to say the least, like who's going to go where with what club. So I'm just interested to kind of see what happens on the sidelines, but hopefully, you know, they'll play each other and hopefully they can kind of reconcile their differences. That's the story really, without getting too much into the detail, but yes, please do. Shout out to you, Reese. Said, yes, and loves all the lives. When we're having our chat soon. Listen, when you having your game, that's another guest that we had on as well. FC Barcelona on Friday. So FC Barcelona versus Unpredictable FC. That shall be happening very soon. But I'm sure we'll get you on, Reese, before then as well. So don't you worry about that. I want to see that game come through because that came through via this chat, via these lives, should I say. So yeah, make sure that happens for sure. But yeah, I think Joe's not coming back by the looks of it. Joe, if you're watching this or watching it back, I tried to hold it down for as long as possible. But again, I'm going to go now anyway. But take care of yourselves, guys. Again, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Really good guests coming up. I kid you not. Trust me. Just make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned for the Instagrams, on the socials. Obviously, you can see down there below to where to follow us, and then you can find out more